Good evening and welcome to Apocaflix Now, the movie hangout show from Apocaflix Movies. I'm your host, Jacob Bartley, and we are joined by the whole crew today. Very different than last week when it was just Brian and I.
I forgot about that.
We are joined, like I said, by the whole crew. I have Keith Barnes right here to my left. We have the engineer, Jake Berlin, over there behind the controls. We have Gio Ramos and Brian Avalosino on the couch.
Listen,
what is going on, guys?
You guys tried to organize a coup, okay, and get rid of all the rest of us.
What's the coup?
And they tried an uprising of Brian. Brian and Jacob.
Oh,
uprising.
Brian said something on the podcast.
Yeah.
He said something like, "Look,
we don't
only
need these other
us
guys."
two."
Yeah.
We were having more fun with that.
That was a fun episode, though. But I was just thinking, how much has changed in that week? That seems like it was so long ago.
Our main topic last week was everything going on with the coronavirus.
Yes.
And it's essentially gone 10 times worse than what it was when you guys talked
So
about it.
much has changed.
There was less of us last week, but there's more of us now.
Which is worse. Which is worse, yeah.
But
Don't mind what the camera looks like, guys. We're legitimately all 6 feet apart. I promise.
Yes. He
not
just
really.
has to make it look
I said
like,
not what the camera looks
look
like.
like we're close together on video, because it wouldn't fit if you actually showed the 6 feet. So much has changed, including a bunch of stuff in the NFL. Tom Brady is a freaking Tampa Bay Buccaneer. What?
I guarantee
I never thought I would say
that's
that.
got to be all
Perfect
Giselle,
spot.
right?
Perfect spot.
It's all got to be all Giselle?
I never
Why?
thought I would say that
But
sentence.
why? The Tampa Bay. That's the
Honestly,
Florida.
Tampa
They
Bay
gotta-
But
their
city-wise-
offense is-
Tampa
has a
Bay
squad.
Got some
That's the
got
thing.
some
So
players.
one, they have a running back that Brady can use very well in Ronald Jones, and you have 2 legit wide receivers in Mike Evans and Godwin.
yes.
It's scary.
And even Deshaun Jackson. If
and
they
they're in the
re-signed him.
NFC.
He's
So
still fast. NFC.
And they have
they don't
two
have to
tight
face the
ends.
Chiefs.
They have 2 good tight ends, and we know Brady spreads the ball around.
All I'm saying,
It's-
I've talked about this with a couple of
gonna
my
be
buddies.
crazy.
I'm more excited for fantasy football this year than I have been in a long time because of all the changes going on.
Yeah.
You have Todd Gurley moving. You have DeAndre Hopkins moving. You have Deshaun Watson possibly moving. Cam Newton moving. You have Teddy Bridgewater as a starting quarterback. You have
It's
all
crazy.
of these shifts going around.
Yeah, I'm drafting Tom
The
Brady.
Raiders are signing
They need to-
defensive
well,
players.
yeah.
The Raiders are signing defensive players. Let's go.
Las Vegas Raiders.
Vegas
It's so
Raiders.
it's
Yeah, we
still
got
weird
Witten.
seeing that in the headlines. The
Witten's
Las
a
Vegas
backup.
Raiders
I know.
Backup.
signed this.
It is
But
weird to see
it ju-
Las Vegas.
Yeah,
It
that's
is
what I'm
very
saying.
weird.
Yeah.
It is
I hate
very
that.
weird.
I hate that. The
But
Raiders belong in
literally-
Oakland.
out of all the teams,
Florida.
But I'm saying, out of all the teams, just thought-wise,
They probably-
putting him on a team, the only other team I think that could be any weirder would have been the Jaguars.
Who's their head coach?
Bruce Arians.
Bruce
Bruce Arians.
The
Yeah.
One, that's
But-
probably
oh, yeah,
why.
it's-
Again,
and
it's
2,
Florida.
it's probably because of money.
It's-
Patriots never
money
paid him.
and their
As an
players.
older player, you want the money.
It's about the
I-
whole situation. It's Bruce Arians as head coach. It's the city.
It's Tampa.
It's
Florida.
the offense is ready to go with him being added to
Like,
it.
look what they did
They
with
have a
Jameis-
good defense.
Look what they did with
They-
Jameis Winston. He threw
their
like
defense is
37
terrible,
picks
but they'll
last
beef
year.
it up.
No, for a while
their
there,
defense
they had the
bad?
No,
best
their-
rushing defense in the league.
Their
for,
defense was only terrible because Jameis threw so many picks in their own,
Okay,
50.
No,
that's a fair
you know,
point.
So
Fair point.
Their defense
They gave up a lot.
how do
was-
you work with that? Yeah.
was
You're right,
good
though.
last
You're
year, but I think it's getting better. And then they all for a stretch there, they were leading the league in rushing defense.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They're going
in
to score a
defending
lot of
the
points.
rush.
They're going to score a scary amount of
Is
points.
Or
Jameis
listen,
even a backup right now?
No, he hasn't signed.
No,
He
he's
hasn't
gonna-
signed,
no,
which
he's
is
gonna
amazing.
He's going to start somewhere.
It's amazing. No, he's not.
No.
He's not going to start anywhere.
Okay, we talked about this on Bartley and
He's
Barnes.
not going to start anywhere.
Quarterbacking in the NFL is so bad. He puts up a lot of yards. He moves the ball.
Where?
He turns
Where
it over
is
a
he?
lot.
I can see him going to Washington.
Bengals?
Anywhere.
Redskins,
Yes,
the
Chargers.
the Bengals. Who's your
I
other
could see him going to the
Bengals-
Chargers.
He's
gonna
going to play
grab-
somewhere.
Bengals are going to grab LSU's quarterback.
Well,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
a rookie.
that's true.
I mean, but we'll see. The thing is,
There's only a few
could
spots
be-
left, and even
Sure, but this could be.
Go ahead.
This could be. I was going to say this Brady thing. One of those things where it could be really great, like we saw with Manning in his first year in Denver. Or it could be Joe Namath playing for the Chargers, which nobody remembers. But Joe Namath played for the Chargers. Anyone watching knows who Joe Namath is. Probably not.
Yes,
but,
we know who Joe Namath is.
I said anybody watching.
Oh, okay.
Real quick
But,
before we move on, this is something that hasn't been talked about in the NFL. What are you guys' thoughts on Case Keenum going to the Browns? Is Baker done for?
I think he's insurance. I think Baker's still the starter.
Like maybe it's like a push.
Case
Like the
'Cause
Raiders
they-
signing Mariota for Carr, like a
I was
push.
gonna say, do you
Case
think
Keenum
it's
sucks.
Case
Like a push?
Nah,
even know
Case
if it's
Keenum
gonna
is
be
not
a
a
push.
starting
He
quarterback.
sucks.
one.
Exactly.
Mariota's a backup.
He got benched.
It's-
He's on the Redskins. He got benched.
Yeah.
So it's a backup for just like an insurance policy, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, I think they're thinking there's a possibility if Baker sucks,
'Cause he
they'll
also
bench
sucks.
him and
Yeah.
let Keenum start.
Well, they did that multiple times last year. Whenever he started going on a poop streak, they just put the backup in.
Dude, I just remembered. I'm 100% drafting Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs.
Josh Allen's pretty good.
100% drafting.
Oh, did he go to the Bills?
Yeah.
He did go to the Bills.
yeah.
Got traded to
Dude,
the
there's
Bills.
so many.
They finally
changes.
traded him.
There's so many things happening.
Wow.
It's so fun to watch.
It's crazy to
Because
see.
you know why? It's the only thing going on in sports.
Yes.
It's the only thing
Oh,
going
and this
on
is
in
this
sports.
is if they even play this fall.
I feel
And
like
they're
Right.
normally
If
not
the
supposed
NFL
to.
even starts. At the-
Right.
They're normally not supposed to announce deals until they're official, but they're letting
going
them announce
left and
deals
right.
I bet you-
because
crazy.
I guarantee you, NFL's calling them like, "Hey, you got any trades that we can talk
Well,
about?"
Melvin Gordon signed
well,
today.
it's giving
Oh, where'd he go?
it's
The
giving
Broncos.
sports
Broncos.
commentators something
Really?
to talk
Broncos,
about.
yeah.
Yes.
Todd Gurley's
Yeah.
on the Falcons.
ESPN needs
You catch
some kind
that?
of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, this is what they do.
Exactly.
They make a big deal. They make a big deal. Out of it. They turn the combine into a TV show because it's just people working out. That's all. They made a big deal out of the draft, which are we going to have the draft this year? I wonder.
No, they
Well,
canceled it right now.
Really?
Really?
It's postponed right now.
That's weird because they can.
Well, no.
See, that's the thing. They can still
They said
draft.
it's not going to be in person.
Right.
Like,
It's gonna have people-
Oh, okay, that
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
more
yeah.
sense. That makes
That's
more
why I
sense.
was like, they
Well,
can still draft.
Are
Yeah.
they going to because they haven't done the combine? Then it can't show off. the
yeah, I don't
speed.
know.
They've
I
had-
know, who knows?
they
They
did the
played in college
combine
for 4
already.
years. They've got. You don't need the combine. The combine.
Well, the combine already happened, so.
But, and it already. You're right. It already happened.
Yeah.
But well, listen.
You heard Gurley going to Falcons, right?
No, I know he got
1 year.
released.
Oh, he got
One-
released, and then
Wow.
Like 12 hours after he
Oh,
got
yeah.
released.
somebody.
Falcons.
Instant.
Yeah.
He went to Georgia.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
went to
Okay,
Georgia,
that's
so
right.
it makes
I forgot about
complete
that.
And they
Makes
cut
complete
Devontae
sense.
Freeman, so they
All right.
needed somebody.
Yeah,
so
It makes
Yeah.
complete sense. He's now a high draft pick again because of that.
But your Cleveland situation, like I said, you brought Mayfield and Keenum. Yeah, I can't remember. Maybe it's Parcells. I can't remember who said this, but I mean, you have 2 quarterbacks. You have none. So we'll see how that goes.
Hopefully, no one from Cleveland is on watching right now.
They know. Are you kidding? They know more than
Yeah,
anyone.
seriously.
I'm
They
actually
definitely do.
rooting for Baker Mayfield. I want
Same.
him to do well.
Same.
Me too.
I do because I don't know. I like him.
Dude,
and
their
I think
offense
he's
is
cool.
crazy, and they got Austin Hooper, the tight
Yes.
Oh, he's
He's
great.
from my rival
Yeah,
high
right.
school.
end. Look at this. You have Austin Hooper,
Oh,
you
really?
have Beckham, you have
De
Landry,
La Salle.
and you have
Really?
the running back.
Do they
Chubb.
still? Did they keep Kareem Hunt as well?
No.
I don't know.
No.
Is he still a free agent?
They
Yeah.
put well, he's a restricted free agent. They put a second round tender on him, which means if a team signs him, they got to give
They
up
got
a
to-
second round.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Guarantee you the Buccaneers sign him.
Did he play?
Interesting. I could
All
I
right.
could see that.
Yeah.
Well, I know that's not movie related, but we're all big sports fans here, so it's always fun to talk about. But before we move on to our main topic, do you guys see this really cool shirt I'm wearing? You can find this shirt, or show moment shirts,
Jake
and
has one on.
our show shirts.
Hold on, let me change it. There we go.
Jake is stripping live on camera, giving you guys some
Padawan.
entertainment at home. You can find our shirts at TeePublic. You can go to tpublic.com/users/Apocaflix, or Brian's favorite way, just go to the website and type in Apocaflix.
So much easier.
You can do it that way as well. Whatever works best for
You
you.
have to say it logistically, Brian.
We have
Yeah, go
Apocaflix Now shirts. We have Apocaflix movie shirts. We have Padawan podcast, Bartley and Barnes. We got a whole bunch of shirts on there. So
Funny
go
ones
and
like
check
yours.
out. Yeah, but a couple TV or on camera moment shirts. So go choose what you want to buy and tweet at us wearing your shirt. We would really appreciate it. We saw someone buy the Joker shirt recently, which I got one of those. I almost wore it tonight, but then this arrived today, so I had to wear this one. So our main topic today is very socially relevant, I would say. As most of you are, you're probably stuck in your home and are just browsing through Netflix. And if you're like me, you almost spend more time browsing than you do watching stuff, because I can never decide what to watch, even though there's so many options. So we are here to make some recommendations. There's so many streaming services, and we came together and chose the streaming services that we have, and we each chose, for the most part, we at least chose one movie and one TV series to stream from each service. Some of us have a couple more, but for the most part, we'll be sticking to that. I think this is a great idea. It makes sense with everything going on. And I think Gio had the suggestion, right?
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
Very
Awesome.
good.
So, I don't know, how should we do this? Should we?
I think what we should do is
Yeah.
we should go service by service.
Oh, good
just
point.
go around the table.
Yeah.
Go around
That's
the
a good
table.
idea.
Excuse me. We can start with whichever one we want to. For what I have, I don't know which ones you guys went with, but I went with 5, and I kept for the time being, and I can come up with something quickly, but I kept Disney Plus off of it because they don't have a whole lot of original stuff. It's more of like stuff that we've seen in the past.
I just put something that.
And again, I can come up with something very quickly.
Oh, it doesn't have to be original stuff.
I have no, but I have
anything,
something in the back of my mind for that. But I have Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Amazon, and Apple. I know that I'm probably the only one that watched Apple.
I'm going to start.
And so, but we can do it however order of the service and just go.
That's a good idea.
I did HBO also.
Yeah, I have Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Disney Plus, HBO, and I threw in the DC Universe app just because I have it. Cool. So, yeah. So basically, I mean, not all of us have all the services. So if you don't have it, you can just pass on that when we get to that round. So
I got one.
I guess
I have a couple Disney Plus
I guess
ones.
we could say start with the original of streaming, which is Netflix. I would say we could start there.
I'll go last because I feel like mine are going to be different than anybody's, and I have a lot of them for each of them. So in case mine get taken,
I have a lot.
Go for it.
Awesome. Well, if you're going first and we're going to go like this, I guess if you're going last, I guess I'll start with myself. So let's start with Netflix. Currently, shout out, honorable mention. I will say I just started watching Mad Men on Netflix,
dude.
and I'm really enjoying it.
So good.
I tried watching that show.
So good.
Don Draper is such a great
Spirit
character.
animal, right?
He's such a great
Spirit
character.
animal.
I was like, if I was living during that time, I want to be
And Elizabeth Moss.
Don
dude.
Draper.
Or
Elizabeth
is he?
Moss
I
is
was going to say, yeah.
Yes, Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I knew she was on the show, and after watching Invisible Man and everything, she was in Us. She's so good on
January
the show.
Jones' best role ever
Yes.
as Mrs. Draper.
Elizabeth
Basically
Moss.
only.
And only, exactly.
Elizabeth Moss was on The West Wing when she was very young.
Really?
She was like 16 or something. She was
Oh,
daughter.
wow.
Was she the president's
She was
daughter?
the president's daughter, yeah.
Oh my god.
But yes,
Keith,
my
we're showing
new
our age.
my new
Yeah.
crush is January Jones. She is gorgeous.
Emma Frost.
Yes, she is Emma Frost in the.
Yeah.
She is a very attractive woman, but that wasn't my choice because I haven't finished it, so I don't know if I could recommend the whole series or not. I'm only on season 2, but for TV shows, I really recommend watching Lucifer. I've talked about it plenty of
love
times
Lucifer.
before.
God, yeah.
If you're a comic book fan, superhero fan, or you just like a good show, I definitely recommend watching Lucifer. It's silly at times, but it's actually very deep and it's very sentimental, and you get attached to the characters. It's kind of addicting in that way. So I definitely recommend Lucifer for a TV series. It's on Netflix right now. There's Tom Ellis. He's a British actor.
He was in the crossover.
He was. He was on Earth
yep.
666.
He was the devil.
Oh, was he?
He
I don't even
yeah.
remember. Of course.
No, I've heard great things. I mean, Campia talks about Lucifer. He freaks
Yeah,
out.
he
about
does.
it.
yeah.
Like when it was announced for a 6th season, right?
Yeah,
He lost his
He
mind.
popped champagne on the show.
He
and
lost his
He was
mind.
like, I don't even drink, but I'll pop champagne to this.
he was
I
so
like,
excited.
what?
So at some point, I'm definitely going to want to watch
And
it.
season
'cause
5
now that's-
hasn't even came out yet.
And now that's Netflix. Like
Oh.
it like when it was, I think it was what, NBC before.
Something like that, yeah.
It gives it a different layer when it's on a streaming service because it's so much more freedom. To do
And they don't
something.
go too far. Like the difference between season 3 and 4 isn't that big of a difference, but it's enough to where I'll give you an idea. The very first episode of season 4, they show his bare ass. So
Well, that's what I'm saying.
it's
Like when you
of
deal
course
with,
they do.
when you deal with the devil,
Yeah.
like you kind of hope that it's almost an unrated in a way.
Yeah.
Like you want a certain.
And they do. The original show on TV was pretty brutal, and now they can go a little bit farther. on
Commercial
Netflix.
television's definitely kind of like ever since FX became a thing.
Yeah.
They're starting to kind of like push the
You mean
boundaries
FXX?
more and more. FXX, yes, you're right. Yeah.
So yeah,
It's one
check
of
that
those-
out if you
I was
have
just
it.
going to say, it's one of those ones that got canceled, right? And then
And
picked
then
up.
they got brought
Netflix
back.
picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which a lot of things
Yeah.
are, a lot of places are doing.
And then
Yeah.
season 5 was going to be the last season, and they announced that that they're doing a season 6. That Tom Ellis signed on for a season 6.
Little Dexter situation there.
Yes.
That's gonna happen with
Yes.
Dexter.
And as far as movies, if you have not seen them, now is the time to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh my
if you've never watched it, because there's people who
Out of
never
all the
watched
things,
it,
He's gonna go for that.
and if you haven't seen them, now is your time
Is
to
that
watch.
is that towards me? Because I've only ever seen him once.
No, not towards you at all. I'm talking about people who haven't seen them.
Yes,
fair
it
enough.
is towards you. It's wrong with
I've
you.
only ever seen it once.
And he
too.
doesn't like
He
them.
hates them.
Uh,
I don't understand you
I'm
guys.
on the same train as him. I've seen
I
it
don't
once,
get it.
and I don't need to ever see it again.
I wasn't asking you,
I won't
Brian.
say that. I will not say that. I will watch them again. but I guess I wasn't a fan.
Better trilogy than. You saw them at the time, right?
Excuse me, better
No.
trilogy than.
I
No.
saw them. So I saw them in 2012. I remember exactly where I was.
Actually,
Excuse me.
2012. Oh wow.
I saw bits and pieces because they always aired on TNT.
Yeah.
Always. But I saw them in full in 2012.
You're probably. I mean, you're like a kid.
I was
when it
20
came
at
out.
the time.
But when it came out, you were like a kid. Probably didn't.
I
interest you.
was around 8, 9, 10.
Probably, yeah. So you wouldn't have been.
I went to the
Plus that.
movie. I went to the movie theaters and watched
Really?
them. Yep, in
You were
theater,
bored?
and I love
Your
them.
parents let
I
you
can
see that?
imagine a kid sitting through
It's not
that.
even that brutal. It's not.
I mean,
It's not like
scary stuff
It's
for
not
a
like
kid.
Braveheart or The Gladiator,
which we'll be talking about later, by the way.
It's PG-13. It's like watching Star Wars.
There's some scary stuff in there.
No.
Excuse me. You didn't even catch what Keith said. It's better than the Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, you're just dumb.
As a trilogy.
No, I agree with that.
Trilogy.
I agree with that.
Oh, let's move on.
Not even
I don't wanna
close.
get into
I-
this.
Return of the King is just
Not even close.
cinematic.
I can't bring
greatness.
myself to say that, but I will say
It's
I was
not
gonna
even
say
close.
treat yourself to the second best
Thank you.
trilogy
There's
of all
not
time.
a Star Wars film that stands
After
up to
this-
Return of the King.
You are
11
First
for
of all, you
11
don't need
for
to lean into
11.
the mic.
11 for 11.
It's all good. It's all opinions, but I will say
Oscars. 11
watch
for
the
11.
second best
Well, we'll
trilogy,
debate that.
trilogy of all
Well,
time
everyone. Me and you versus-
on Netflix. Lord of the Rings trilogy. Okay,
I'm getting
Keith,
red because I'm so frustrated.
Yeah,
right
you're
now.
getting.
what are your
Listen.
Netflix choices, Keith?
Oh, hold on, Jacob.
Let's.
I'm just talking.
Can we stay on topic, please? We
I'm
have
just
a
talking
lot
trilogy.
to talk about.
1, 2, and 3
Trilogy, yep.
versus.
There's
any-
your first versus episode right
Any
there.
1, 2, 3
Jake
of those
versus
movies.
Keith.
It's not even close.
Lord of the Rings
Hey,
trilogy
I-
versus
I
Star Wars
set a trial,
trilogy,
man. This is it
But
right
anyway,
here.
it's yeah. Okay, so
and we can see
Netflix.
Jake get tomato
only-
face on that video.
I only have a.
Oh my
Listen.
goodness.
There's no Lord of the Rings movie from the original trilogy, Lord of the Rings, that everyone hates. There's lots of Star Wars movies that people hate. That's all I'm saying.
Aragon will whoop Luke Skywalker's ass.
Oh goodness gracious!
Not true at all.
I'm not going to compare characters,
Not true at
but
all.
Are you done with yours?
Yeah, can
Yeah,
we stay on topic, guys?
I asked Keith what his Netflix choices were.
Gandalf, greater sign, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Aragon's sword stopped the ghost.
Whoa, let's not. Now you're getting carried away. That just. I wasn't gonna say anything until we brought
I know.
Kenobi
I'm
up.
gonna kick you all out in a second.
I can just cancel this stream right now.
Netflix. So many people
No.
watching agree with me. Don't you guys? No, I'm just kidding. I was actually just kidding. I just had to rile y'all up. That'd be a good versus though. But okay, so Netflix. I just started season 5 of Peaky Blinders. Finally.
Jake didn't even get the bottle to his mouth.
Thank you. I left it
Finally.
off my list because I was hoping someone would say it.
Gosh, because it's one of the best shot shows
Oh, it's
on
incredible.
television.
It's so beautiful.
Technical shows for sure. It's very expensive, which is why it takes. I mean, they recreate full on 1920s
The coal
Birmingham.
mines and all that stuff going
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. I rewatched some stuff in season 4. I miss Tom Hardy. Very
He's not
much.
in it as much. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of a bummer.
But because he's great on that show, man. I loved their final scene that he had with Cillian Murphy. But yeah, and that one kid from what's the TNT show where they're like the Orange County
Animal
crime family.
Animal
Animal
Kingdom?
something, yeah, whatever.
The
That
Last
kid,
Kingdom?
that guy, or yeah,
No,
something
Animal
like that.
Kingdom. Animal Kingdom.
He's on there. He's really good. But yeah, it's about the what are they called? What's their family?
Peaky
called?
Blinders.
They're the
Thomas
Shelby.
Shelbys.
Shelby Limited.
Tommy
yeah.
Shelby.
Thomas Shelby.
What?
Yes.
Some young actress just started showing up on the show.
It's the girl that is Emma on Taylor Joy.
Your,
Is it
uh,
on
favorite.
Taylor
Yeah,
Joy?
on Taylor Joy.
Yes, I need
Yeah.
to watch it.
Yeah.
I need to
And
watch
she
it.
He's
wasn't.
in it?
I had
she
no
wasn't,
idea.
So she wasn't in the last season very much, but it's a setup for what's to come.
Does
No,
she
she wasn't in it
Next
at all.
season. She was
Oh,
in
wait.
like 2 or 3 episodes.
she
I
have-
mean, season 4. I'm
Yeah.
talking season 4.
Does
Oh,
she have
sorry.
a British accent on the
No,
on the
she's
show?
American. She actually plays American.
Oh, she does. Yes,
She's an
because-
American
yeah.
character.
Yes, because one
Wow.
of them goes to America for a certain reason and brings
It's a
her
kid
back.
from
Yes,
You know
Michael.
what?
that show.
Michael,
Michael,
yeah.
Animal, whatever. Yeah, he's
Michael Shelby.
Now that I have time, I'm gonna watch.
Dude,
Peaky
I'm telling you
Blinders.
right
6
I'm
episodes.
telling you.
Each season's
it's-
only 6
yeah,
episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Six?
short.
Now
Yeah.
is the time to
So,
start watching.
It's a
Peaky
BBC
Blinders.
show.
They
So, you know, all
released the 5th or maybe it might have been the 6th season in 3-episode arcs essentially. They release 3
50.
episodes at the beginning of the year and 3 episodes at the end of the year.
Is this a show that you and Dylan are always talking about?
Yeah, it's like Sherlock.
Well,
It's
they
the
just
same. It's the same network that does Sherlock.
Sherlock,
and
it's
they cover
a-
that.
yeah.
Where does
BBC
it take place? I'm sure it jumps
It's in
around,
England.
right? Yeah,
It's
that's
in
what I
England.
thought.
It
And
starts in
Cillian Murphy
Ireland.
is Cillian Murphy American?
No,
It's a.
He's
I
Irish?
thought it
He's
was.
Irish?
It's a
He's
heavy
Irish.
English
In real
accent.
life.
in real life he's Irish,
But in the show, is he Irish as well?
No,
they're
they're
bra-
super
they're
super
English.
heavy English accents.
they're gypsy,
old school. Yeah,
yeah. It starts off season 1. It's post World War One, Birmingham, England.
It's mob stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah.
And they're called the Peaky Blinders because they wear the hats that have the blades in them, and they cut people up with the blades, and it's awesome.
by order of the Peaky
Yeah,
Blinders.
that's something I gotta watch.
Yeah,
Dude,
definitely
it's-
check it out. Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Legitimately, it's one of my top 2 or 3 shows on TV for me. So I'm glad you watch it too. That's good.
Oh, dude, I love this show.
Great.
I
Yeah.
love the show. Tommy Shelby is awesome.
Oh man, season 1.
He's so good.
Jurassic Park. Dr.
Sam Neill.
Sam
Oh,
Neill.
Sam Neill,
So-
yeah.
Man,
I forgot he was in that
yeah.
so long ago.
he's
yeah.
great.
The
Season 1 and 2 actually.
Dude,
Yeah.
such a good show. So I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Yes.
We can forget about the Lord of the Rings stuff.
And that's the only Netflix thing I had because I hadn't. It took me a while just to get to that because that came out last year. I
So
think.
many movies
So-
on Netflix.
Yeah, it's hard to
There's
choose.
so much on Netflix.
Yeah,
so that's the
Definitely
only
hard to choose.
Netflix thing I got. So.
All right, Brian, Netflix.
Do you want me to leave the one that obvious?
Nope, go
for
ahead.
you?
Say whatever you want.
So Jake, I'll give him the credit for it. Jake introduced me to The Last Kingdom.
Okay.
It started out British, right?
Vikings, bro.
Which one's this? Oh, okay.
Well, you guys talked about this before, yeah.
Yeah. It started.
Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Yeah. That gets a little confusing the first season. It started out BBC, correct? And then
It is.
to
It's another
Netflix.
BBC show.
So,
It's like 4 episodes, 3, 4.
No,
No.
it's full length.
It's-
It's full length.
Really?
Yeah.
There's like I think there's like 8 or 10 each season.
I would say 10.
Oh wow.
Fourth season's about to start
Next
April
month.
26th.
How long are they?
An hour.
Episodes, hours.
50 to an hour.
I think you would love it, Keith.
Okay.
It's one of those shows for me that like I was sitting at work like, crap, how much time do I have until I can go home and finish it?
This
Oh,
is Netflix.
wow.
It,
Yeah.
it deals with King Alfred in England and that tide where they transfer over from father to son and the war between Vikings and the English and Winchester and all that type of stuff. And
Add it right
it follows the main character of Uhtred, who's the adopted son of Ragnar Lothbrok, who's the main character of Vikings. And it's just battle royale every
So
episode.
So
It's awesome.
good. Yeah, and
okay.
I have a couple for Netflix. If you're like me and love trashy TV stuff, either The Circle or Love Is Blind. Those, God, if you want to see an ish show just play out, one of those two is just a
Love is Blind
mess.
just popped up right here. Yeah.
And then my other one, it's been out for a while, but it's
Oh my! I'm sorry.
what?
Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey. Or
They're in
Social
it for
They're in
Experiment.
it for like maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're the host, but
Yeah.
you see them like 3 times. You don't need to see them.
Get engaged before they even meet in person.
We have a commenter, guys.
That's
on-
ridiculous.
we have a commenter, and her name is Gabrielle Torres.
Oh,
Okay, I was literally just about to say, does Gabby watch this?
And she said, "Love is blind!" Exclamation point times 10.
yeah.
Literally,
I've seen the trailer for that
just about to
show,
say,
and
does
that
Gabby
is
watch this?
ridiculous.
It is
Also wanting to watch the Circle Brazil is what she said. So there's a
Oh,
Braz-
I
there's a
didn't know
Brazil
there was another
version.
one.
So-
Wow.
Yeah.
Circle.
If you love trashy stuff like her, and I do. This is right up your alley. But I was gonna say a show that
Oh my god.
if you hadn't watched it, it's been on Netflix for a while. It's American Crime Story, The People versus O.J. Simpson.
OJ.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
That show, if you haven't
So
watched
great.
it,
So great.
oh my god,
I started it and I need to.
oh my
Yeah.
god,
Yeah.
it's the best one. They've only done 2. The Gianni Versace one was
Yep.
good, but this
Is this the one with Cuban Gooding Jr.?
Ian Jr., John
David
Travolta,
Schwimmer, right, isn't he?
David
Yeah.
Schwimmer.
yeah, it's amazing.
Who plays Johnny Cochran?
Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah,
Yep. Sterling K. Oh,
What?
yeah.
so
You're
good.
welcome.
He's so good. Keith, it is one of the best shows. I've never rewatched a TV show like that, as many times as I have. I've probably watched that show the whole way through at least 5 times.
Wow.
It's that
Wow.
good.
Definitely
Okay.
worth a watch.
It's amazing.
Curious how. Okay.
It's probably,
yeah, no. I remember wanting to watch it at the time. I just didn't. I started for like a couple
every
minutes in. and
single
just didn't.
actor is perfect.
Oh my goodness.
They show like
Still came
David
around.
Schwimmer is Robert Kardashian.
Kardashian, yeah.
They show like the 3 kids for like a second and
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
Oh, Selma Blair is Kris Jenner, and
What?
it's amazing.
That's crazy. Okay.
So if you I know a lot of people have already seen it, but if you haven't, go watch it.
Who plays Kato? Is it Kato Kaelin? Might be him.
Yeah, he's in
No,
it.
it's kidding.
I think it's a random
just somebody.
actor. He's
Yeah.
not in it very much.
Right. He's okay.
So I
Should
think
be.
I'm pretty sure he's not in it for very much.
Really?
Can you see who plays him? No.
I'll
look it up.
Yeah.
Just
But,
curious. I'm just curious.
Yeah, that show, man, that show is
Who plays
probably
Al Cowlings? I want to know who. We should, no, never mind. Never mind.
Just
We'll
watch
talk about
it.
this after.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
You'll.
We're already at 30 minutes, so we do have.
I know
to,
we have a bunch. We only got.
We
through
have a lot to
Netflix.
talk about.
Okay, go.
Okay, so
Oh, my movie was Into the Spider-Verse. If you haven't seen it.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely check that out.
So yeah. Okay, go ahead.
A show I was gonna recommend is kind of a documentary, and I like to watch those every now and then. This one is unpopular, a little controversial, definitely not for everyone. It's Inside the Killer Mind, Aaron Hernandez.
Watch that.
It's hard, man.
So I'm a football fan, and I miss football, but I followed Aaron Hernandez when he was playing ball, and this documentary just kind of gives a little more context into what Aaron Hernandez was going through. It takes you from his childhood to college days to the NFL,
Florida,
and kind of goes into very, very deep personal stuff with him, with his father,
yeah.
his sexuality, and just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it doesn't attempt to justify what he did, but it helps make you understand. It makes you realize that the human being, us, we are so complex, as individuals, as living. So I definitely recommend that. It's disturbing.
His brain
but
scans.
his brain
Yeah, I heard
scans,
about
yes,
that, yeah.
yes.
It's insane.
I heard that there was some was phone calls with his mom or something.
Yes.
I heard some
a
of that.
lot
Yeah,
of
it's-
phone
ugh.
calls, recorded phone calls with his mom.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, man!
It's wild.
He played with Tim Tebow at Florida.
Yeah.
Like, do you think?
Oh, that Gator squad, man.
Oh, they were-
Florida
yeah.
Gators. Yeah. It's
Percy Harvin.
Yeah.
See, that's all right. From
It's
TV?
3 episodes, so not very long. Hour long. 4?
I think it's
I
4.
think it was 3.
Was it?
3 or 4. One of the two. But it's definitely worth a watch. And the movie I was going to recommend is something that has a little bit of everything. It's The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. People don't
Oh my
really
God.
know what this movie is. And honestly, after seeing it, I don't really know what it is. But it's these short stories directed by Joel and Ethan Coen,
Yeah.
the Coen brothers. They do a lot of fantastic work. But these stories range out from just like comedy, western, to like a little bit of horror, and it just has a whole lot of stuff. I definitely recommend checking it out. It's something different, something you normally wouldn't expect as far as just from the Coen brothers, but then you might. It's a lot of things.
So it was supposed to be a series, a mini series.
Yes.
And it went through a lot of turbulence in its production stage.
Like development.
And they ultimately just said, let's make it a movie. So they essentially put all the stories together.
Yes.
All the
Coen
6
Brothers.
stories together, and it stars Tim Blake Nelson.
Tim
Of
Blake
course.
Nelson.
Yeah. And I think, obviously a whole bunch of actors are in there. I think like Bruce Dern's in there, and a lot of other people.
Franco's
So-
in it.
James Franco,
James
yeah. There's a
Franco.
lot of actors, but it's I think it follows Tim Blake Nelson, correct?
Liam Neeson.
He's
Yeah.
the Buster Scruggs.
Yes, yeah. So that's essentially what the plan was. So
Yeah.
it got cut down from 6-hour series to like a 2. It's a long movie, like a 2.5 hour movie.
220, yeah.
Yeah.
2.5, yeah.
So
So yeah, check it out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, your Netflix picks?
all right. So for movies, I'm just gonna run through. I have 4 picks. I did Moon for Duncan Jones with Sam Rockwell.
Yes.
Still need to watch that.
Incredible sci-fi film. This movie just like blows your mind.
Yep.
If you're a fan of Parasite, go watch Snowpiercer.
Yes.
Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah.
His first English film. Chris Evans. William
Jamie
Hurt.
Bell, yeah.
Jamie Bell's in there. Great cast. Based on a book,
Tilda
and a
Swinton.
TV series is coming out. Tilda Swinton TV series is coming out this year. Lawless with Shia LaBeouf and Tom Hardy.
That's a
and
great
Jessica
movie.
Chastain about
that's
Prohibition.
right.
Yep.
Jason Clarke.
I never saw that.
Jason Clarke, great
Ooh, it's on
film.
Netflix.
Guy
I didn't know
Pearce.
that. Okay.
And then I have a comedy, one of the best R-rated comedies that I've ever seen. It's Jason Sudeikis and Alison Brie. It's called Sleeping with Other People, and they're essentially both sex addicts. And it's incredibly funny, and the
cast right
chemistry is
there.
great.
I like that, yeah.
Really, really funny. And then for the series, Brian mentioned Last Kingdom. I always have to mention Bodyguard. It stars Richard Madden. He's a ex-war vet. He comes back and he's a bodyguard for like an English government agent, and is dealing with trauma and all that type of stuff. Incredible series, 6 episodes, very short. And then I just finished Altered Carbon season 2. If you've never seen Altered Carbon, it's very complex storytelling that's really, really cool.
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie in season 2, Joel Kinnaman in season 1, and it deals with a futuristic timeline.
It's like Blade Runner.
Where similar, where essentially like our minds have been put inside what's called, I forget the name of it, a chip that's in the back of your head, and you can transfer from body to body, but they call them sleeves. And so essentially, like, this may be my main sleeve, but if this sleeve dived, you can grab my conscious and I can go into Keith's sleeve.
Wow.
And so it's very
what Westworld's
complicated.
trying to do.
Very, very cool and interesting. It's very sci-fi, very action-oriented, but again, complex, and so you really have to pay attention to the details because the storytelling is like very, very off the charts. And Simone Missick is in season 2.
Love her.
Great. It's a really cool series. Really cool series. So.
Okay, well, if you're not going to say it, I left one off thinking you were going to say it, but Sex Education.
Yeah, I was going to say
Is that good?
It's incredible.
So good.
It's incredible.
Awesome. I need to check that out. Okay, so I had Hulu next on my
Yeah,
list. You
it
guys
works.
down for Hulu?
Cool.
If anyone has some choices? Okay. So Hulu does not have a lot of movie choices.
No, they don't.
I think all the
found one.
studios dump the movies that suck onto Hulu.
That
'Cause
won't be
there's
the
a-
case anymore, though, because Disney owns
There's
it.
a lot of bad movies on Hulu right now.
Yeah.
But the one movie I do recommend that's on there is I, Tonya.
That was number 1 on my
I,
list.
Tonya's on there. There's another good movie on there, but I don't want to
Watch
say it because I don't want to
I
steal
think I know
anyone.
what you're talking about.
We'll see. I'll leave
I
it.
have it too.
I'll leave it. But I, Tonya.
Margot Robbie is a
That
phenomenal
movie is
dog.
great, and she's so good in it.
Allison Janney.
Oscar nominated in
Sebastian
that.
Stan.
She won, right? Allison
No,
Janney?
Allison Janney won.
Oh,
Yeah.
Allison Janney
Yeah,
won.
Allison
Yep.
Janney won.
Allison Janney's amazing
I love
in
her.
it. Isn't it? Who's her boyfriend in
Sebastian
that?
Stan.
Sebastian Stan. Yeah, he's really good in the movie as well. I really like him.
His best friend, isn't that the guy that played Richard Jewell?
Galooly.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
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 And the
Yeah.
young girl, her name is McKenna Grace, and she's like this incredible actress that is off the charts in the movie as the young Tanya. She's incredible.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She's so good.
Yeah, so I remember watching that movie, and I love that movie. It's
Yeah, I
really
need
good.
to watch it.
My TV recommendation, shout out to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Not a lot of people watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I love that show.
Love that show. Why have we never
Brooklyn,
talked about
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is amazing. We're going to have
love
to do a
Brooklyn.
Bartley
Maybe
and
up
Barnes
later tonight.
episode.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Check it out this week on Barley and Barnes, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That was my honorable mention, but my real choice is How I Met Your Mother. If you have never watched it, you have all the time in the world now.
Yes.
There's 9 seasons. It is my favorite sitcom
that?
of all time.
How I
And
Met Your Mother.
people who don't like it, I say, have you ever watched it? Like, I've seen episodes here and there. If you jump into a random episode, you're gonna have no idea what's going on. A lot of it builds upon itself, and there's like a lot of inside jokes between the characters.
Yeah.
So watch it from episode 1 and see if you like it. It's a lot better that way. So you have time to watch 9 seasons of How I Met Your Mother.
Watch it from episode 1 all the way to season 9.
Yes,
And
and then see if you like
Yes.
it.
Our commenter love How I Met Your Mother. Great choice.
Is that
Yes.
Gabs?
That's Gab.
Except for the finale.
Gabs, wait till
See?
Hulu.
Gabby knows what's good. All right, Keith, do you have any Hulu choices?
Yes. Hated that finale. That's what I was doing.
Oh yeah, the finale. The finale is not good, but that's for a lot of good shows. The finale,
Finales are hard.
yeah.
So, you know. But I got one Hulu pick because I don't watch much.
say the same thing.
So Atlanta,
Atlanta.
the most brilliant
Yes.
show on television. I finally got to. Have you watched both seasons?
No, but there's more brilliant shows.
Watch. Get through.
I just like
Atlanta.
pushing buttons today, Keith.
Atlanta's
through Atlanta.
Amazing.
My buttons cannot be pushed. I'm older than you, Jacob. You're
That's Jacob.
Jacob.
I mean,
Technically,
Both
I
of
am.
you.
technically
More than
it is
both of you.
Jacob.
More than-
Yeah, but he
No,
just goes by
technically
Jake.
you're-
Gotta get up real early. No, I'm kidding. No. Atlanta.
No, you always talk about Atlanta.
Yes, I'm telling you, man. It's Donald
That's
Trump.
where
that
Zazie Beetz came from, right?
Is that show done? It was just 2 seasons.
I
Are they
didn't know.
done?
They were shooting season 3, and they've halted production like everything else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
but-
it's still going.
But it's still
It's still going.
Donald
They're
Glover.
They're going at his pace.
Lakeith Stanfield, yeah.
Yeah, Donald Glover's doing everything in the world.
Right,
So
right,
it's-
Because I remember.
Oh, it was like 2 years in between, at least 2 years between season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
Doesn't he do like rap tours too?
And yes,
he's not a rapper.
although I think he's stopping that.
Singer,
Childish
whatever.
he just
No,
released
he's
a
a rapper.
song.
He is a rapper. What are you
he's
talking
a
about?
rapper.
Childish
I wouldn't
Gambino.
say he is classified as a rapper.
Well, what's a rapper?
I mean,
He's
he
more-
is. He is. He was rapping. I mean, as far as I know, he was rapping before he started.
He
like,
rapped in Magic
singing.
Mike XXL.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
I never
that.
saw
The
that.
first time I've ever seen him was in a rap video.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
first time I ever saw him.
So I didn't know he was an
XXL.
actor. So yeah, didn't even know he acted. So, but anyway, yeah, Donald Glover, Lakeith Stanfield, Zazie Beetz, Brian Tyree
Paperboy.
Henry, Paperboy. Yes.
That song is
Paperboy.
catchy though.
Yeah,
Boy.
I'm telling you, it's man. There's an episode, season 1, the Justin Bieber epissoy.
I'll just watch that just
It's
for that
the
sake.
funny, man. There's an episode though in season 2. Have you watched season 2?
Yeah.
Paperboy, the haircut episode.
Oh, yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god,
It's just-
that might be the single
Uh-huh.
best episode of
Yeah,
television I've
yeah,
ever
yeah.
watched. I'm not even kidding. I know it sounds hyperbolic.
It
to
really
say.
captures the atmosphere of Atlanta and just,
especially at that
you know,
going through that,
yeah,
what they're
yeah,
going through there.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's so funny. So Atlanta,
amazing.
especially season
Yeah.
2, I highly recommend.
Yes.
My turn.
Yep.
All right, for me, Hulu. I did have I, Tonya for a movie, and I'm sure your other one was Fighting with My Family.
Is it on Hulu?
That was
Ooh.
mine.
That
Just
was-
watch it.
Oh.
I
Just
just
watch
watched
it?
that on
Love that
Amazon.
movie.
Well, it's on Amazon as well.
It's on Amazon as well. I had it on both lists in case it wasn't mentioned.
Oh,
But yeah,
okay. But yeah, it's,
Good.
I had to search through the depths.
I
of
put it on
to
Hulu because
find-
Hulu doesn't have anything. That's why I was on my Hulu.
I didn't see it when I was searching, but I
literally
missed
was
it.
on like page 7. And
Oh, okay.
That
Who's
movie-
seen it? Has everyone seen it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so good.
So
I
good.
just watched it 2 weeks ago. When I was
A
on
lot of my
vacation.
movies
It's
have
great,
a lot of my
yeah.
a lot of my movies have
What
to
we
do with stuff that hasn't been seen by a lot of people, or that didn't make a lot of money at the box office,
Yeah.
or stuff like that. And that's definitely one of them because that movie completely underrated.
Yeah. And then I have 2 shows for Hulu. Probably my all-time favorite TV show, if not like number 2, would be Friday Night Lights.
Oh wow.
That
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
I could watch that show over.
Kyle
I
and
never
Chandler.
watched the show. I
Kyle
love that
Chandler.
movie.
Michael B. Jordan,
Yeah.
Tim
really?
Riggins, QB1.
Yeah, I was a senior.
I never watched the show.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my god, it's
So
so,
good.
good. Heath.
Love the movie. I love the movie. That
Movie's
It's-
amazing.
Movie's,
man.
oh my gosh,
It-
it's so good.
Yeah, it's so
Top
good.
5 football movies.
Yeah.
And then again, if you like trashy TV like
Oh,
I
God.
do,
Here we go.
90 Day Fiance is
Oh my!
on there from
goodness.
season 1, and
Gabby?
yeah,
She just commented, "Yeah, for Friday Night Lights."
Why
Let's wait to
isn't
see what
Gabby
happens.
on this episode right
I know,
now
right?
of Apocalypse
Look,
Now?
might just started over now for Friday Night Lights, and let's see what
She's
happens when she hears the
She's
90 Day Fiance. It's,
Yeah.
she was watching some Married at First Sight crap last night. It's like
it is
ridiculous, man.
Probably-
Oh my! Look! Oh my God! Oh my God!
I can't get into those shows, man. It's just not for me.
It
It's
is
just-
probably the most cringeworthy, like where you just want to like scream at them.
See, I don't like calling people dumb, but man, these
Oh, no.
people are dumb.
They are. They're
Man,
so-
these people.
There's
are
a guy.
Yeah.
There's a guy on the new season has spent $100,000 on a mail order chick that he's never met and is going to go meet her. And
Oh my
90
goodness.
Wow.
You got here's a comment. You guys, 90 Day Fiance will make you feel better about your life.
it does. Who said that? Was that Gabby?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it 100%.
Okay.
Because you're literally just like sitting there like, at least I'm not that. Like it's oh god.
There is hope.
That's funny.
Yeah, if you need a good
All
like,
right.
pick me up to make yourself personally feel better, by all means go for that.
Or be sad for the future of humanity. Even more sad than it already is.
There are some dumb ones on there.
Yeah.
There's I tell you one. There's this one now. This woman that thinks she's talking to this British man, whatever. The guy comes on the phone. He sounds like he is straight from like some deep African country that
Yeah.
it's just like she's like he has the sexiest British accent and everyone's like looking at her like what? It's so good. Oh God.
Are these the people that are partying on the beaches right now in Miami?
Probably.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So, but yeah, that's my Hulu's.
I don't watch Hulu yet. I have a lot of time on my hands now. But Atlanta. Check out Atlanta.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Jake, you have some Hulu choices?
Yeah, so you guys mentioned I, Tonya, and Fighting with My Family. By the way, Gabby said, Jacob, watch it. I see you laughing.
No. No.
All right, so I, Tonya, Fighting with My Family. I got to mention James Gunn's Super.
Yes.
You challenged me to
Yes.
it a number of
That's
years ago.
super.
I never watched that.
Rainn
Ellen
Wilson,
Page.
Ellen Page.
That is
great,
such a
incredibly
Kevin Bacon,
violent and just crazy awesome superhero movie.
Oh, yeah.
Movie?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Very dark.
Also, if you like Thor, Ragnarok, if you like anything Taika Waititi, Hunt for the Wilder People is on there.
That's
one of
the
his
one I
original
haven't
movies.
seen.
What is it called?
It's Hunt for the Wilder
Oh, yeah.
People.
Need to
It's
watch
from,
that.
he's in it,
Deadpool's on
and
it.
Sam Neill's in it as well, and
Kid
the kid from
from
Deadpool
Deadpool
2, the guy that plays the Fire Kid,
Yeah.
is in it. He's the main character.
Yeah,
That is on there as
Well,
well. So
because
go check
he's
that
from,
out.
they're both from New Zealand, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so go check. If you like anything Taika, this is like epitome Taika.
I just
This is-
rewatched Jojo Rabbit last night.
Yes,
Yeah.
I just bought it on Blu-ray. And then for TV series, I have 2 rewatches. If you're a fan of the Arrowverse, go watch Smallville. It's on Hulu. That's where it lives. All 10 seasons. And then I can't go without mentioning Sam Crow, Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, yes.
Gotta
Is it on Hulu?
It's on Hulu.
Oh, that should have been on my list, man.
You have Charlie Hunnam
I love
as,
Sons of Anarchy.
as Jax Teller, and that whole story about
Ron
Sam
Perlman.
Crow and the biker gang is awesome.
That
And so
show-
definitely, if you've never seen it, definitely
that
go watch
show is
that.
addicting. I never
Yes.
craved a show so much like when it was just watching the next
And
episode.
what's
Yeah.
the big dude's name? Clay. Who plays Clay? It's
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman.
Yes.
Ron Perlman is great as Clay.
Perfect. Yep.
It's such a good deep show about.
That
It's
guy
much
from
more than
Batman
just the biker
Begins.
gang stuff.
Yep.
So
That.
Oh,
or
yeah,
Breaking
there's so
Bad?
much more to it.
that or Breaking Bad.
Yes. Which one?
For me personally, Sons of Anarchy.
Which one should I start?
For you, Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Breaking Bad. Come on, you haven't started it yet? What's going on?
I thought of one other show for Hulu that I watch. You said Taika Waititi, and it popped in my head is What We Do in the
What We Do in the
Shadows.
Shadows. Oh,
I haven't
well,
seen
watch
the TV show. The movie
Oh, see,
is great. I've only seen the
I'm
movie.
watching the FX TV show, and it cracks me
Yeah,
up. And the
it
new
looks pretty
season's
funny.
about to start.
I need to
It
check
is
that out.
So
Yeah.
funny.
Anything that Taika's attached to.
The other movie on Hulu I was talking about is 50-50. The Joseph Gordon-Levitt and
yes.
Seth Rogen movie.
Yes.
That movie is great. When I was making my choices, I was mainly trying to choose stuff that makes you feel good because tough times right now. So
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yes.
And who's the other woman in that show?
It's Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
Anna
That's
Kendrick,
Yes.
right. Anna
So
Kendrick.
that movie
It's
is
brilliant.
the Joseph
Oh,
Gordon-Levitt
it's
character.
really
is
good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a comedy,
But it's dark at
it's
times.
one of Seth Rogen's best
Yes,
performances.
yes. It's
Yeah.
very hard to watch at times.
It
Yeah.
is.
It
But
deals
it-
with cancer. It's about cancer.
But it's good though. By the time you're done with it, it's a feel
like
good.
friends
the
or
scene
whatever.
the scene that I always remember watching the movies when they're backyard with was it the table or the artwork?
Yes,
Artwork?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great film.
I'm gonna
All
start
right.
that new one on Hulu, Little Fires Everywhere. With
Yeah, with
Reese
Reese
Witherspoon
Witherspoon and Kerry Washington.
Oh yeah.
It just premiered. People rate
Anything with
Fires
Reese
everywhere.
Witherspoon. Yeah.
Yes, and we will talk about that later with Reese
All
Witherspoon.
right. Well, let's move on to Amazon Video. I'll make mine quick. My movie was actually Fighting with My Family. I just watched it last weekend. So
Wait, is that
good.
the first time you saw it?
Yes.
Really?
Oh,
I
really?
did. So I hadn't watched it when we talked about it on
talked about
Bartley
it
and
on
Barnes.
Bartley.
I hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So I just watched it last weekend.
Florence Pugh, dude.
So good. Florence Pugh is amazing in it.
Her brother is great too.
Yes.
Yeah, he's awesome.
That movie is so. It should have got more.
Nick
I-
Frost.
Absolutely.
Honestly,
man. Yes.
And Lena
I
Headey.
wouldn't have been mad if that movie was nominated for Best Picture.
Absolutely. I'm
It-
telling you.
It is
A
so
lot of
good.
people talked about it, but it was released in February.
I mentioned it on Bartley and Barnes. I wish that I had seen it. It would have been in my top 10. For
It's
the year.
because it got released in February.
It
Yeah.
would have been up there
I
for
just
me.
didn't see
It's
it,
so
but yeah.
underrated
Yeah.
and so good.
And,
but
and even a lot of the wrestling people had said that it's a really great inside look at wrestling, which is cool. And Vince Vaughn, great too.
He is.
Yes.
He really is.
The Rock
I remember not
In
knowing.
his
I didn't
two
know.
scenes.
playing himself.
But see, that was good because he didn't oversaturate. it with
Exactly.
it.
Have we
Well,
all
he was the
seen it?
main person on the
I think I was, yeah, it
poster,
looks like-
which is
have you seen it?
We've all seen it.
Oh, I love when The Rock calls him sex tape. And then
Yes.
she's like, why do you call him that? He's like, because he makes people famous.
Yeah.
Well, and Paige actually.
Do you think that was a joke on that?
I think it was.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But it made sense for the Vince Vaughn character
Yes.
because he
Yes.
he turns people into wrestling stars, So that I really like that. But my TV show, I mean, you guys could have predicted this, is The Boys. You have to watch The Boys.
I
on
left it off
Amazon.
just for you.
Yes,
Still
I had
I
it just in case you
you know
didn't.
I will. I'm gonna rewatch.
You've
it.
never seen it, Keith?
No, I
Oh,
keep telling
dude.
him.
I haven't seen it.
It's only like
You
8
haven't?
episodes.
You have to.
I've always
You
said when
guys-
that started, that's when I started watching Umbrella Academy. So I
that's
started
understandable.
watching that
That's
instead.
understandable.
Just,
They came out around the same time.
You
I
got to
think.
check
did.
it out.
No,
Once-
Boys was way later.
Oh,
But just-
Yeah, once
Yeah,
you both watch
but
it,
yeah.
I want to talk to you guys about
You
it.
haven't
Maybe
seen it
we'll
either?
get.
I haven't seen
Oh,
Maybe we'll get
dude.
Gio.
The two
Harley,
people
and
that it's
Barnes.
like primed for
Yeah.
have not
Oh,
seen it.
I've
him
read some of
especially.
it, but yeah,
100%. Carl Urban,
Yeah.
Is amazing.
dude.
Gold. Yeah,
Bonkers.
so those are my Amazon video choices. You got some?
I know you mentioned. I do. The Will Smith son from Independence Day, right? Isn't he?
Oh,
the speedy
yeah,
one?
Jesse Usher.
He's
Yeah,
yeah,
he plays.
he's like
he
the-
plays the
the
speed.
Flash.
He's actually not bad in that show.
A Train.
Yeah,
I saw the
A-Train.
I saw the opening where he like.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's in the
Yeah.
trailer
Yeah.
when he
Oh
blows
my
up.
But I watched
It's
that.
well,
It's right
not the
first
full
episode.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the
No,
The
It's
full
terrible.
scene blows your mind.
Yes,
That's
blows your
Damn.
mind.
That-
I watched that scene.
that
Yeah.
scene.
Go home and watch it tonight, dude. Just the first episode. Just the first.
That
I'm telling
scene
you.
made me
It's right at the
sick,
beginning.
and
It's
not because
awful.
of the gore, just
It's-
what happened.
This
I
is a
was like,
show you'll
what?
start and you will not be able to stop watching.
Yeah, you can watch the whole thing all the way through in one sitting.
and then
You
go
really
back
could.
go back to our second episode under Nation and watch our spoiler review.
Okay.
All right.
Good plug. Good plug.
So mine is we talked about this on Bartley and Barnes our last episode of Bartley and Barnes, a movie on Amazon Prime called Brittany Runs a
Yes.
Marathon
Yes.
with
I
Jillian
keep
Bell.
hearing about this.
She's so good. It's her best role.
Yeah,
her best
easily her best one. I love her. She's great. She pops
And,
up in a lot
and
of.
you
comedies
mentioned it,
and-
but it's because it's real.
yes, yeah, real story.
Well, I'm saying for her.
Oh, for her, yes,
She
absolutely.
lost all the
yeah,
weight
she
and
lost a
everything.
bunch of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, she lost a bunch of weight doing the role. Yeah, she plays a woman in New York City who is is she a writer? What is she? She's a writer, right? Or, I thought she was a writer. I don't know.
Something along that
Ad
line.
person or writer? Or
Oh no,
kind
she
of
does
a-
social media down below in a basement, right? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
It's
Something like
yeah.
social or advertising or something like
She
that.
gets in advertising.
Yeah.
But she's something creative, whatever it is. But she lives in New York. She's a young woman in her 20s, and she just kind of, I don't want to say loser, but kind of. She's overweight. She gets into the New York just partying, drinking, over drinking, drugs, kind of sort of scene. And she just decides, or she goes to the doctor one day. Doctor tells her you need to lose weight. You're kind of the reason you're getting sick because you're a little overweight. I want you to lose however many pounds. And she's
They
like
told her like 50
40,
pounds.
50, yeah.
Wow.
For a woman, that's a lot
Right.
of weight.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Especially,
of weight.
at her age and with her lifestyle as well. So yeah, I love how she asked for that prescription, and the doctor's like, some people abuse that. She's like, what? Really? Really funny scene, but she proceeds to do it. She has a neighbor that's really pushy, kind of hippie.
The runner, right?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of get a little bit into her life and why she is the way she is. She's also really kind of mean, Jillian Bell, and it's just a great movie about growth, personal growth, and really discipline yourself to become a better person outside and in. And she has a couple of setbacks here and there, but it's really great. It's very inspirational, and I highly recommend it. There's no real other big names in it at all. I didn't recognize anyone else in it, but it's a great supporting cast though. But Jillian Bell is great, and Brittany Runs a Marathon.
Yeah, I usually don't like her. Like she's in a lot of supporting roles, like
Really?
22 Jump Street
Oh,
and
yeah.
Office Christmas Party. Like
I love her.
she's very like eccentric and like
Yeah.
just very
The Night
animated.
Before.
kind of over the top sometimes.
Yeah.
She's
by
great,
far
and I love her.
by
And The
far
Night Before.
the role that I like her the most.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it's not just a comedy.
No, it
totally.
deals
It's-
with like real life. stuff.
Yeah, some heavy
that's
stuff.
right.
I want to check it out. I've been
Really is.
seeing it on there ever since you told me about it. I see it every
Yeah.
time I log on to Amazon.
Oh, Lil Rel is in it. Lil Rel Howery is in it. He's a comedian. He was in the beginning of Tag. He's trying to get the. I don't know if you recognize him, but that's about it. But
Actually, like that.
Anyway.
It's a good movie.
I don't want to push, but we're at 50 minutes.
Sorry.
Well, I'm happy to go over
This
a
is
little while.
okay.
We can just
We can skip Disney Plus.
no, yeah. Well, I mean, we'll be fine. We'll
Let's
keep
just
going.
be quicker with our
we'll
answers.
keep going. We'll keep
So
Yeah.
for me, you were done, right, Keith?
yeah.
So for me, I have. I also had The Boys. Movie wise, though, I had The Lost City of Z is on there.
Oh, okay.
It's on my list.
It's on your list.
I almost started that the other night.
So
So say about you. I know you love it.
So
Yeah.
Charlie
I
Hunnam, Tom
really
Holland, Sienna
Tom Holland.
Miller,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Also, criminally underrated.
Robert Pattinson. Sorry,
in my opinion, is
I don't know.
A Simple Favor is on there.
That's
that's
great.
Yeah.
Jacob, that's Jacob's.
I love that movie.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good. Really good.
And I'll leave one of mine up for Jake, but for me, Hunters. If you haven't watched Hunters,
Started that yet,
I'm gonna
man.
start it soon.
I'm so
yeah.
excited about it.
yeah, it was pretty good. So yeah, I'll go from there.
How many episodes is Hunters?
A 10.
10, I think.
It is 10.
I really like Logan Lerman, so I'm
Listen,
gonna check that out.
Oh, he's on there.
He's amazing.
Oh,
He's
cool.
great, and Al
the main
Pacino is
character.
not Al Pacino either. He's not. He doesn't do the yelling anything.
No.
Logan,
And I just found out what my aunt's friend, who my aunt lives in LA, she is the girlfriend of the cop.
Really?
Yeah, she just told me this last night.
Oh my god.
Yeah, which is really cool. So
awesome.
I don't have anything for Amazon because I don't have Amazon. So that's quick.
No worries.
Gabby didn't say anything for Simple Favor. I'm shocked.
Gabby said, "I'm late, but yes, I really did enjoy that movie, Keith. Brittany runs a marathon.
Oh, cool.
A great choice. Love me some Blake Lively
Yeah,
for Simple Favor.
So does
Okay,
Jacob.
so for me, for movies, I had Lost City of Z. I have Honey Boy, the Shia LaBeouf film. That's up on there. Amazon.
There's a lot of movies on Amazon.
Amazon, look,
Yeah, right.
Amazon. I know that they don't have as much, but their original content
Is
is
amazing.
incredible.
That's probably the one I consider
It's
getting.
absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
They acquire these movies like Honey Boy, like Lost City of Z.
Well, they
that are
become
very-
like the distributor for it, right?
Yeah, they're very character driven and story driven, which is the same thing for Late Night, which stars Emma Thompson and Mindy Kaling.
Yeah.
Mindy Kaling wrote it, comedy drama about an older woman who's a host, a late night host, and kind of being shifted out of it. Really good movie. But then also The Report with Adam Driver.
That is
I've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
It came out last year. Incredible film. True Story 2, which is very, very crazy. TV series. The best show on television, in my opinion, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Wow.
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
I mean, you've talked about it before, but you've never said
Everyone's
that.
raised by that show,
on
man.
television. That is, in my opinion, I think that Rachel Brosnahan is incredible in this role. It's won incredible amount of awards. So if you have not seen that,
I need to.
it's
I watched the first
You
episode and
would
I
like
couldn't
it.
get into it. Though.
It's
I don't know.
It
I might
takes
need
a
to give
little
myself some
while.
more
It
time
takes
to
a
get
little
into it,
while,
yeah.
but it's a very interesting time period and topic that they tell about a woman in comedy in the 50s, how they're supposed to be in the kitchen making food, but she's out in the trying to do her life and everything like that.
her manager is hilarious.
Yes,
I forget her
she's
name.
incredible. She's won a bunch of Emmys as well.
Yeah.
So Amazon, did you see they created a new section now for new releases? It's called Cinema. Amazon Prime
really?
Cinema,
That's
and
nice.
it has the new releases. It
That's
has
awesome.
not Birds of Prey yet, but it has Emma, and it has
dope.
The
Invisible
Invisible Man
Man, yeah,
and
I
The
saw.
Hunt.
That's awesome.
You can rent them for $20. Which,
Emma?
if you think about,
Yeah.
if you're gonna
What?
spend that much money,
I'm getting a Hunt instantly.
you're
I'm-
gonna
and
spend that
Emma.
much
I'm
money
getting
to go to
both
the
of
movie
them.
theaters anyway, and we don't have our movie
I'm gonna
subscriptions
get both
right
of them
now.
anyway. Yeah.
So you might as well just spend $20 and watch them.
So
and
our-
you could have 5 people watch it.
So our commenter said, just finished all 3 seasons last night. I couldn't get it until episode 3 or 4. Keep watching, Jacob.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna
Who
keep
said
watching.
Gabby. The two other series that I wanted to mention. One, I can't go without mentioning Vikings. Watch Vikings. It's on Amazon. But also the other one, Black Sails. Go watch
heard about
Black
that,
Sails.
yeah.
It's a Star series
pirates?
about pirates.
Jake,
it's
you
awesome.
love like people on ships
Yes.
doing stuff.
Yes.
He loves a good fight.
Forget the guns. I want bow and arrows and swords and all that cannonballs and all
Wow.
that crap. Give it to me.
I left mine off thinking that you would say it, but I was going to say Jack Ryan too.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Jack Ryan's
I
awesome.
still haven't
It's
finished
all
that
on
one.
Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
Okay,
it's
Amazon-
I'm getting
okay,
Amazon.
Well,
I'm
do you have-
telling you, Amazon is worth
I'm
it,
getting
man.
Amazon.
Do you have
Tonight.
Prime? Do you
Because-
have Amazon Prime?
No, I don't.
because
Oh,
just having Amazon Prime is worth it on its own.
Well, no,
I
but-
didn't use
but
video
Amazon-
for like a
Me
year.
either, yeah.
No,
Same here.
but
I didn't even know.
Amazon connects to other services.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have HBO. They have stars on there that you can watch the stuff through Amazon.
I have
I
CBS All Access.
CBS,
But you have to
card.
pay a little bit more
Like the
though.
card.
I have
Yeah.
stars.
for
but
I
it's-
think a little bit. But
I
Yeah.
have stars, and it's $5.99 extra a month.
It's like
I think,
$6
or
$7
$8.99
for
something.
CBS.
yeah,
Wow.
it's
Yeah.
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 It's
I'm
I
telling you,
highly
Amazon-
recommend it.
Amazon's
yeah.
a sleeper.
It would
Amazon's-
be hard for me to get rid of that service if I had to.
I
Just
couldn't
the
get-
video
yeah.
service.
I couldn't get
wouldn't.
rid of it.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
me
couldn't get
neither.
rid of it.
Amazon-
I'd get rid of all the other ones.
Look,
and keep that.
here's my honest truth. I probably would give up Disney Plus before Amazon.
Yep. Same here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, The thing is, if there's
It's-
not a
it's-
new original
yeah.
Star Wars
yes.
show on there,
with WandaVision, The Winter Soldier, and that, and Loki,
I'm telling you, man.
and Mandalorian
Watch
season 2.
watch Amazon's original content.
Yeah.
It's
True.
incredible.
You're right. but-
And they're sitting on a couple movies too that haven't even released. That's driving me nuts, like that Seberg movie.
Well, like
dying
he
to
mentioned
see.
Hunters. There's a show right now called 000 about cocaine in the 80s.
Yes.
Like
Nice.
there's all kinds of good content.
You
on
were
there.
you were gonna throw your wallet
So,
once you watched
yeah.
The Boys.
all right, real quick, Disney Plus. My TV show recommendation. I never watched The Simpsons from the very beginning. It's so good. Well, I've seen hundreds of episodes of The Simpsons.
First 5 seasons is some of the best.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
It is not.
6 seasons.
It is so in depth. The Simpsons is deep. I did not realize how deep The Simpsons is.
I
So
reference
watch
that
The
all
Simpsons
the time.
from season 1. It is not just a throwaway comedy television show. It's
then
not
watch them.
just.
It's nothing like what it is now.
It's just that.
It's
It's not
so-
that at all.
yeah.
And then my movie recommendation on Disney Plus is The Fox and the Hound.
Yes.
Jake and I talk about it a lot.
Yes.
That is probably the most underrated Disney animated
It's
film. I
heartbreaking.
love
It
The
is
Fox and the
too hard
Hound.
to watch.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Bambi.
It's not that sad. But
incredible.
Keith, do you have any Disney Plus recommendations?
So mean to that poor
I know, right?
Disney Plus. The Sword and the Stone.
Oh, nice.
So underrated.
One of my top.
I've never seen that.
Aladdin, Jungle Book, Sword and Stone. Those are probably my 3 favorite Disney, like animated Disney, non-Pixar movies.
I thought you were
but,
gonna go for mine for sure.
I don't know.
What are yours, Brian?
Aladdin, the
New one or the original?
the new one.
I almost put that on mine too.
But for me, a lot of people still, I feel like, haven't watched it. But Star Wars Rebels. If you have not watched Star Wars
True.
Rebels, you are missing out on some of the best Star Wars content there is.
Agreed.
I restarted rewatching that whole entire show. It's so good.
Yeah, I've watched it like 4 million times.
Yeah. So yeah. Mandalorian.
TV show. Check out the World According to Jeff Goldblum. It's
Yeah.
super
Oh, I
fun.
still haven't
It's
watched that.
interesting.
Forgot about
Yeah,
that.
It's very
I was
interesting.
very
Jeff
excited about it too,
Goldblum.
but I never started.
He's clearly having fun, and you have fun watching him have fun.
It's clearly just them following Jeff Goldblum
Yeah.
on camera around. It's amazing.
For a movie, I just rewatched Moana. I feel like this is one of the ones that kind of slipped underneath, but check it out. It's such
Never seen it.
so beautiful.
Really?
Such a beautiful story.
The two, I think they're both Pixar. I don't know if they are or not. The 2 ones that I haven't seen are Tangled and Moana.
You haven't seen Tangled?
Tangled?
Tangled is a Disney.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's Disney?
Never
Yeah,
seen
it's
Tangled.
Disney. Yeah.
My mom
Wow.
literally just called me today, going, "Have you watched Tangled? It's like my new favorite."
It's
Tangled
good.
is great.
I've heard. Trust me, I've
It's
heard.
actually really
I've heard.
good.
I'm one of the few that I just can't get into Frozen. But anytime when it was out, I was like, dude,
Yes.
Tangled.
Well,
is-
my pick,
There you go.
Frozen 2 is now available on Disney
Yes.
Plus, guys.
see, I
It's now
started it.
available.
How many times
I
have you
started
watched
watching it. My daughter Emma, she loved it. I was like, I mean, okay.
My mom.
I actually
my mom's
like
the
the Frozen
same.
movie.
I wish it would
Anyway,
have gotten more into.
okay.
But anyway, we'll talk about it later.
So
But,
Frozen 2 definitely one of my picks. Obviously, it's
How many
up on
times have
there.
you watched it?
Twice already. Also check out in the next couple weeks. Onward's going to be on there very soon too.
Yeah.
April
Brand new
7th.
Pixar film.
So it's
On
on digital
Disney
now.
Plus?
Incredible.
Disney Plus.
So it's on demand now for buy.
Yeah.
In 2
Ooh,
weeks, it's
I don't know
on-
if I can wait.
It's
I know, right?
incredible. It's great. Go watch it. Go support it. The 2 movies that I like to mention though for Disney Plus are Heavyweights. Great classic.
Hey,
movie.
Oh,
Ben
yeah, I
Stiller.
saw that on
I
there.
can't believe you've
Yeah.
seen that.
And
Oh, that's good.
and the Disney original movie Brink, the rollerblading
Brink,
film,
yes.
my
holds
God.
up to this day with the action scenes.
Team X
Awesome.
Blades.
Nice.
And then the one TV show, Boy Meets World, I watch it almost every single day, at least an episode. Korea and Topanga for life.
There's a lot of stuff on
You say
Disney
Brink,
Plus.
you
Brink.
think Luck
Yeah.
of the Irish.
Nope.
All of those.
Brink.
Yeah, so the
Brink,
last big one is HBO really, and then
Yeah.
we have Apple Plus.
Yeah, I'll mention Apple at the end.
So, and I have DC Universe really quick, but we'll do HBO. So, sorry to steal this one from you, Keith, but you have to watch Barry if you have not watched Barry.
Barry?
Keith,
Yes.
when
Bill
Keith
Hader.
told me about the show, he said the best show on television, and
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't argue against that, to be honest.
It's up there.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, it was so long ago, I kind of forgot about it, but once season 3 comes, I can't
Yeah.
wait. The seasons are really short.
Yeah.
And the episodes are short.
8
The episodes are like
and they're
under
30
30 minutes.
Yeah.
They're like 28 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. But it is it's not what you expect. It
Yeah.
is so unpredictable and it is so wild. I think about the show with the little girl where they're trying
my
to find her the whole episode.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, you have to watch Barry if you want just some. It's not even a comedy, I would say.
It's very dark comedy.
Yeah.
It's black comedy, if you want to say.
Dark
But,
comedy.
Yeah.
I've watched like 4 or 5 episodes.
It's,
Yeah,
it's a
very
Bill
dark.
Hader that's Bill. You haven't seen Bill Hader like this. You
And
know,
what's
like
who's the
it's-
guy, the Frank guy, the
I can't remember his name.
he
He's,
is
the
hilarious.
guy from Office Space who's a stapler. He's complaining about stapler. It's him.
Yes.
He's the devil.
So our commenter said Heavyweights Forever, Lizzie McGuire, Even Stevens, and Smart House.
Eve Stevens.
Nice.
Oh, Smart House was
Yeah.
the best.
Smart House.
There's a lot of movies on HBO. So many great movies. I wrote down
Please
a bunch,
don't
but
take mine.
I
Please
chose
don't take
one.
mine. Please don't
Keith and I talked about this movie on Bartley and Barnes, and that is Bedazzled. If you have not seen Bedazzled,
It's so good.
Isn't it?
I
we talked about it.
love
something.
Bedazzled so much.
Yeah.
It is. It's not a good movie, I would
No,
say.
it's-
but
Oh, it is. I think it is.
I think it's not
It's
terrible.
a guilty pleasure movie.
Sure.
I think it's a guilty pleasure movie, and it honestly might be my number one guilty pleasure movie of all
So
time.
funny.
If you have not seen
It's legitimately
Bedazzled,
funny, though.
and
It's
you
so
want
funny.
to feel good, it's so funny and
Yeah.
it's so it plays with you,
Ridiculous.
right? While you're watching it, you're like, "What would I wish for?"
Yeah,
right.
And then you're wondering what you put yourself in these scenarios. It is Brendan Fraser, Elizabeth Hurley.
Oh. Yeah.
In
She
her
needs to be a
prime.
Marvel villain.
I just love
She
that
was,
movie so
actually.
much. So, HBO choices?
HBO, yes. I just watched, and man, this movie's pretty good. Went a little longer than I expected, but yesterday I just watched
The Beatles movie.
HBO. Yeah,
Lily
with the guy,
James.
Lily James was great in it. I don't know the actor's name, unfortunately, but yeah, the guy wakes up, gets hit by a bus, and wakes up, and no one's heard of the Beatles. No one's heard of the Beatles, so he steals all their songs and becomes this.
Like a big star,
Super
right?
big star. Ed Sheeran is in it. It's a very funny role. No one's heard of the Beatles. No one's heard of Harry Potter. Cigarettes and Coca-Cola don't exist.
What?
It's a weird. it's
Himesh
very weird.
Patel. Himesh Patel.
Okay, yeah, he's really good at it. I liked him a lot. So him and his best friend, who was the roadie guy. So
I'm surprised
yeah.
he doesn't try to rewrite the Harry Potter novels.
I thought that's what they were going to do.
Movie number 2.
But yeah. So yesterday, the next one, Super 8, was a very
Yep.
underrated.
Steve Spielberg.
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams.
Oh, sorry, Abrams. Elle Fanning.
Al Fanning's in
Fanning.
it. Yep.
Yeah, that's our first movie. Very underrated film. It's what Stranger Things ripped off, and it's really good. Kyle Chandler plays the kid's dad,
Father, yeah.
and yeah, the relationship with the son it's a tough movie. It's really really good. I really liked it, and also a documentary. HBO Sports has the best sports documentaries, bar none, in my opinion. There's a great one called "The Women of Troy," about the 83 to it's about the early 80s USC women's basketball. Cheryl Miller, I can't remember JaVale McGee's mother. I can't remember her name, but sorry. But and a couple other players that just popped up late in the WNBA that you probably would recognize. But some of the greatest women's basketball players of all time. Cheryl Miller is the greatest women's basketball player of all time. But yeah, they were awesome. They were like the UNLV running rebels of women's basketball at the time. They were amazing. Cheryl Miller legitimately might be one of the best basketball players, period, ever. It's a great documentary. So, Women of Troy on HBO, I recommend that one. It's really good.
So I mean, obviously there's your show, but I'm literally watching Westworld right now. So I'm in the middle of season 2. So yeah, that would just be mine, just Westworld.
Watchmen.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why I left it for you.
Superheroes. Weird stuff, but great weird stuff.
Are they doing a season 2?
No.
No?
They shouldn't do
Probably
this.
not.
Jake,
look
I'm
like
not
it.
giving this enough justice. Watchmen, describe it. It's just
Well, it's not really superheroes. It's. I mean,
Well,
it
it
technically
is.
is superheroes,
Yeah.
but it's
It's
You know, it's-
overrated, maybe?
it's
Go punch him.
It really is.
You guys are all 4 against me on that, so I'll lose that fight with you
it's
guys.
it's complex characters in a complex world about real life,
Stuff.
real life issues, I guess you can
yeah,
say, and
yeah.
things that are underlying in our society that come to life in the show, and not just through one time period, but multiple time periods, and it plays in with time travel and extraterrestrial stuff and stuff all the way back to the 20s from now. And
So well
yeah,
written.
it's
Multi-
very
well
complex,
Multi-layered.
much more complex than anything I've seen in a very long
Right.
time. It's
Yeah.
very
Ain't
it's
that
very
true?
Westworldy in how it tells stories.
Yeah. So Watchmen. Thank you, Jake.
Okay, so for me, 2 movies that I think are highly underseen. One is Long Shot, Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron.
That's right.
Cannot
Great-
go without
great
watching that.
movie.
The second one,
that
he
HBO?
has The second one,
I
he now has a film that's officially out on digital, and that is Upgrade. Lee Wanell.
Upgrade is on there.
Lee Wanell he's
So
the director
good.
of The Invisible Man.
gotta watch that.
His
Yeah.
first film is Upgrade. It
gonna
stars
go
Logan
rewatch
Marshall
it.
Green, and it is. I like Upgrade more than The Invisible Man. It is incredible storytelling with AI and futuristic technology in a very small space. It's not a very good comparison, but it's the first thing that popped in my head. Very similar to how Ant-Man is very small in the MCU. It's very small in a technology-driven world. The story can be very large, but it's just very kind of just compact in the way it tells the story. So, and the 2 series, one I just finished. It's The Outsider with Ben Mendelsohn. Jason Bateman wrote and directed the first episode.
Really good,
Also, Cynthia Erivo's in there as well. And then a rewatch, The Pacific, a World War II miniseries. James Badgedell, Rami Malek, incredible series. If you have not seen it, it's great. It follows Marines in World War II.
Yeah.
I've only seen it once, and I'm probably gonna end up watching it again.
Isn't Band of Brothers on it too?
Band
Band
of
of
Brothers
Brothers,
on there as well.
it's
God.
So, yeah.
Awesome. So basically, those were all the big ones. Are there any other big streaming services we're missing?
DC.
Well, yeah, okay. So I have DC Universe. I'll do DC Universe real quick, and then we'll do Apple Plus. So DC Universe, y'all know what I'm going to say. Watch Harley Quinn Season 1. Season 2 comes out in April. I've talked about it so much,
April
but
3rd.
now the whole Season 1 is on there now, so you can binge the whole thing and get ready for Season 2. And then they don't have a lot of movies on there, but if you are going to watch a movie on there, I would say watch Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and Part 2. It's one of the most iconic comic storylines, and they do
great.
a really good job
So good.
putting it on animation. So
Really?
You have to
yes,
watch it.
have you seen it?
It's
Oh, yeah.
great.
No,
It's
they're
really
they're
good.
great. The
It's-
movies are really, and they're very adult. It's not the DC movies, animated films are not made for kids primarily.
No.
They're very edgy for sure. So yeah, check that out on the DC Universe app if you have time. You could
think
do
they
a
just-
7-week trial and see if you like it.
They just dropped
7 weeks.
No, sorry, 7 days.
I was saying 7 weeks.
He said
Wow.
7 weeks. I'm excited.
All right.
7 weeks.
I meant, sorry, 1 week, 7 days.
Okay, I'll watch all
Hey,
that.
Jacob, they're gonna come to you now.
I know.
After the
DC,
first
they're going to blame me for the complaints.
at
No.
Jacob Bartley.
Yes.
Okay, so for
Yeah,
Apple,
take
because if you have an Apple phone, you can get 1 year free for Apple TV. That's how I was able to get this. I more than likely after now having watched these shows, I will more than likely subscribe to it. It's the cheapest out of all the streaming services. So I watched these in order. I watched For All Mankind first. It's the Joel Kinnaman space film or space series. It follows the hunt for landing on the moon, but instead of the Americans landing first, the Russians land first, and it kind of spirals into there. Spoiler. I guess it's not really spoiler, but that all happens in the first episode. It's not actually over the series.
Is that the Shyamalan one?
No,
Oh,
that's
sorry.
Savant.
Servant.
That's Savant.
Savant?
Yeah,
I need to watch that.
sorry.
And so, For All Mankind is great. It follows a lot of different characters, but it's really good storytelling. I didn't know if I would like it or not. I really enjoyed it. The second one is The Morning Show, the one that people are always all talking about. Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, a lot of other people. Steve Carell's in there as well.
Yeah.
Really, really good. The best Jennifer Aniston's been in years. Really is the best she's been in years. I'm not surprised she got nominated this year. Reese Witherspoon is incredible as well. And the one that I just finished 2 days ago is C, the Jason Momoa one, where it's about the people that are blind on Earth. Violent, incredible. His character of Baba Voss is awesome. I'll just say it this way: there's a line in the show where he says, "I know what a gun is. It's for people who don't have balls." Like that's
Wow.
like there you go. So if you want to watch it after that, watch it. I'm telling you, it's great. Again, the storytelling, and it's on such a massive scale. Also, Angela Bassett's in there.
Ooh, that just
And she's like essentially like almost like a mom to Jason Momoa, which is really cool. Very cool
Love her.
storytelling,
Me too.
a very creative idea. And so, if you're looking at some
See.
new shows, I definitely recommend Apple Plus. Like, I was not expecting them to be like really that great, but they're delivering with these shows. They really, really are. So, and they have a movie out this weekend with Sam Jackson and Anthony Mackie called The Banker.
Movie. Wow.
It's called The Banker. Sam Jackson, Anthony Mackie came out this weekend. So
Maybe I'll start my subscription.
Interesting.
it's only $5.99. So
Well, we
Of,
gotta. Oh, go ahead.
Really quick,
Oh.
quick on CBS All
Oh,
Access.
nice, yeah.
Star Trek Picard. Yeah, are you caught up?
Well, I haven't watched the one from last
Okay,
night, but yes,
last night's episode, man.
yeah.
I just remembered on HBO, Big Little Lies. If you haven't gotten that,
Yeah, definitely.
I was gonna put that down too. Does anybody else have any smaller streaming services to mention? There's so many out there.
Oh, YouTube, Cobra Kai. Watch
Yeah.
Cobra Kai. If you're a Karate Kid fan, watch Cobra Kai.
not
I'm telling
even if
you.
you're not a huge
Yeah.
karate. I wasn't a huge
Cobra
one.
Kai is awesome. It is so good.
I'm meh with,
all right.
with Karate Kid, but Cobra Kai is good.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Whatever, Keith.
was
I don't
ex-
like you
I was
right
expecting.
now. I really don't
expecting
like you
better.
right now. We can move on.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna end the show with "You Haven't Seen What" and with a couple comments. But before we do, let me just tell you: please check out our other shows, Padawan Podcast, The Casting Table, Nerd Nation. Check them out on our YouTube channel, but also check them out on the audio platforms. You can find them on Apple Podcasts, right?
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, on Anchor, Spotify, all those places where you find audio podcasts. You can find all of our shows there.
Mandalorian?
Mandalorian
Yes,
Club.
Mandalorian
yes.
Club, where we review the
You guys do
Clone
the new-
Wars.
new one yet?
Oh, we did, but there was no audio.
Yeah, so unfortunately, yes.
We're gonna have to find another time to record.
But
that.
now we might have to Skype me in for that one.
Yes.
So moving
please,
on to
really
You
good
Haven't
idea.
Seen What, and this is our movie challenging segment where we challenge each other to watch shows. Brian was challenged and chose Braveheart to
Pick.
watch.
I did
Well,
not choose.
You
we
chose.
choose out of a bowl. The other 4 people put a movie into a bowl, and that person has to
Maybe that's what I'll
pick
do on
it.
quarantine. I'll design us our pick bowl.
Oh,
So
God.
Brian, you watched Braveheart. What did you think?
So, damn, this is a long movie. First off,
worth it.
Yes.
I had to
Worth
put
it.
pick a slot of time that I knew like I wasn't gonna do anything.
Right.
It started out very slow for me
Mm-hmm.
because it does like the first almost hour is just very
yeah.
slow. So I will say my interest really started to drop with it because I'm very short attention span.
Until something happens.
Then the war starts picking up, and then I'm like, all right, we're
William
good now.
Wallace.
Yeah. So once all that starts picking up, I'm like, all right, we're good. So it was good. I could take the first hour out. I mean, but obviously you need it for the story. But from then on, I'm like, okay, we're moving. This is very, it almost kind of felt like The Last Kingdom, where it was kind of just like that, like he pops into different cities, takes over, stuff like that. But yeah, and then the ending is rough. That ending was rough.
Well, we'll jump back. The speech.
Yeah,
the
speech
man.
is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
One of the great movie speeches of all time.
Yeah.
So good.
Did he direct that?
Yeah.
Oh, he
Yeah,
won. Yeah.
Yeah.
95.
did he?
He
That's
did
right.
win.
Okay,
Yeah, he won.
right.
Best picture too.
And I loved the music in the background. Anytime anything starts, like that bagpipe, like I think it was almost like the same song
It's a good score.
every single time, but it was
It's a really good score.
Yeah, it was solid.
When they flashed the opposing warriors.
That was
There,
good.
I'm drawing a blank on certain things, but there were a couple things that like I was like,
Did you see the pickup truck?
no, there's a pickup truck.
There's a pickup truck in the background of one of the scenes.
From
the-
one of the battle
the best
scenes.
picture.
Wow.
Oh, wow. No, I did
I
not
wasn't
catch
sure
that.
how Brian was going to respond to Braveheart, but I think that's as positive of a reaction
We
we're
were
gonna
we
get from him.
We'll be honest. All 4 of the movies that we picked for you were relatively the same speed as this.
Yeah.
If I could remember correctly, because that's what we want to do to you. Because you don't like these movies.
I think mine. You would have
I
loved mine.
see. I don't remember what you picked. So don't reveal
No,
it.
I
So,
can't even remember mine.
I don't
But
remember,
see,
but
you guys can literally pick almost any movie because
Well,
I
yeah.
haven't seen
Yeah.
crap.
pretty much.
But so like whereas
No,
him,
and
it's
look,
pain.
I love this film, and this is the reason why I picked it. I think it's incredible.
It's
from
great,
start
man.
to finish.
I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it in a long
in
time, but I rewatched it
years.
this week just because he was watching it.
Oh yeah.
And,
yeah. What'd you watch it on?
I
Or
downloaded
did
it.
you? Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Jeez, don't worry.
Because I was
Um,
waiting for someone to give it to me. And
A
never
cool.
did.
Oh, you didn't ask.
I
A
asked
cool. You asked when I was here, not when I was leaving. A cool little thing though. They're doing a kind of sort of sequel about Robert the Bruce this year, and it stars the same guy that played him in the movie.
I thought
Really?
I thought I read
So-
it that it already came out.
No, if it already came out, it came out on VOD.
Well, that Chris Pine show.
Well, yeah, that's the Chris Pine movie.
He plays him, right?
He plays Robert the Bruce in that
yeah.
show, but this
It's
one's an
kinda-
actual. This one's like an actual quote unquote sequel to
Really?
Braveheart following
It's the
Robert
same
De
guy.
Niro.
Dude, the part. Okay, I will say the part that like got me fired up was when the guy betrays him and he gets capped. I was like,
Yeah.
"Are you like?" I was like, "That's bull crap!"
Yeah,
like I was like, and obviously the other guy.
Again, going back to my sword and sandal stuff, man. Bow and arrows, swords. all
I like
that
the very
stuff.
end when he
Lord of the Rings has all
hucks
that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But-
We'll talk
No,
about that.
Very
later.
true.
I like when he just hucks.
You guys should
Braveheart at the
should
end.
all literally just one day whenever I'm challenged, just all of you just write down the Lord of the Rings movie. So no matter what I pick is a Lord of the Rings movie.
Fellowship of the Ring. We all put Fellowship of the Ring in there because if it's like the
Oh, that
third
was already
one-
coming.
Yeah.
Already. I was already
All right, Brian, who did you challenge this week?
I challenged you.
Yes, we all know I was challenged.
I don't
So,
remember. Oh, now I remember what I picked.
there's a bowl here of movies.
Come on,
A
baby.
bowl with a papers with movies written down. So
I'm
I'm gonna
hoping you
choose
get
from
mine.
here.
I've been waiting for you to watch this movie for so long.
I have
Please
no idea
pick
what I'm gonna
this.
choose.
Please pick this.
I feel like Jake's movies get chosen.
They always
They
get.
do.
I was just about to say that.
And you can't say I'm rigging it.
He slips them. He changes it all and puts all four of his in there somehow. All right, this is the one.
I even wrote whose
What
name
is it?
was on it. Whose it was.
Oh my goodness, it's Jake's.
What is it?
Oh my god.
You're next.
Yes.
How does Jake's
Yes!
get chosen again?
Every time.
Oh my goodness, is this the Jennifer Lawrence movie?
No.
Which one is this?
This? It's an unknown movie. It's a horror movie,
I know.
and
yeah,
it is awesome.
there was she did a little horror movie that was similar to this.
not Last House on the Left. It was.
oh, maybe it was that.
Next Door Neighbor.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
Cabin-
okay.
oh.
I remember that. Okay.
like that.
Well, I'm watching your next. I remember when this movie came out and people were raving about it.
Dude,
that
I love
it's
this movie.
very
So
non-traditional horror
Love
movie.
this movie.
Very unique horror film. So
We did leave the bowl unattended. I might have to check that.
it's
Let me
Jake's
see here.
again.
Hold on.
It's Jake's again. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to
Y'all are haters, man.
You're next.
Y'all are haters. Y'all are
You're
haters.
next, Jake. You know.
it. Well, I'm excited. You know, I love a good horror movie.
Oh,
so
dude, I'm
can't
gonna
wait to see
again.
it.
I'm gonna rewatch it because you're watching it.
You know what we should have done? Just put the countdown on all of them and had him pick it.
Please no. Please no. Okay. Well, just to wrap up the show real quick, Brian. Do we have a couple comments to read off?
Yeah, there's. I mean, like we said, everyone's
Going extra long for everybody today.
yeah, everyone's sitting at home, so comment away. Quick ones for the Jessica Drew Spider-Man. Luis Leonardo said Lindsay Lohan as Spider-Woman or Emma Roberts for options.
Lindsay Lohan. Does she even still act?
No, she has a reality show. On
I will
TV.
say no to Lindsay Lohan, but I would not. I would not be. I wouldn't mind Emma Roberts.
I'll say Lindsay Lohan about 12 years ago. That would have been great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And Joseph Adorno, he's the one that commented for Batgirl, said I would cast Kaya Scalard.
Kaya Scodelario.
Yeah.
So she is the main female character in the Maze Runner movies,
Yes.
and she was in Crawl.
Oh, okay.
And she was also in the Ted Bundy film with Zac Efron.
Are you
as
just
his
going to read
girlfriend.
the whole comment? Because that's literally like word for word. She's
Oh,
best
really?
known for the Maze Runner movies, but
Oh,
also
really?
in
Oh.
Crawl and
I
Ted
thought you
Bundy
were done reading the
biopic.
Yeah, I
comment,
didn't.
yeah.
I didn't know that was part of the comment.
That was he literally went perfect for
Sorry.
the comment. No, he works for me. Storm Shadow put
Storm Shadow.
Shadow.
What up?
Margaret Qualley should play Spider Woman. I don't know who that
She is the young woman in Once Upon a Time that is a hookup with Brad Pitt. Once Upon a Time.
Oh, the Hitchhiker.
Oh.
The Hitchhiker
That's
girl.
not bad.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Or yeah, right.
The
That's a
Hitchhiker
good
girl.
choice,
That's
yeah.
part of his clan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then let's see. Errol Owl put for our channel announcement that we have merchandise. Okay, I bought a tee with your main logo because I have a story that goes with it. Nice work on the graphics. I want to hear the story.
Tell us the story, Errol.
Yeah,
Well,
so yeah, same thing, same person. Will you stop going to the movies amid the worldly issues? And can't risk the family, unfortunately. I'd go if it was just me. Went to see Bloodshot today, and even though there were only a dozen people there, it was packed all around me, and I even reserved a seat.
Well, we don't have a choice now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that
Now
was a
it's-
poll that was put up like
Before
2
the
weeks ago
theaters
before
closed,
everything really
yeah.
happened.
Yeah, someone else put from Pluto put no, all the
Yeah,
delays.
so that was something I put up before everything kind of happened. So
And then we had for Apocaflix Now last week from Olga K. Adam Driver is a superstar also with 2 Oscar nominations in a row and so many brilliant performances in the last decade.
Agreed.
Yeah.
cool.
2 nominations in a row. What was the previous one?
Black Klansman and
Yes.
Marriage Story.
Oh, was he
And
nominated for
Marriage
Black
Story, yeah.
Klansman?
Yep.
I didn't
And
know
he
that.
and he was incredible in Black Klansman.
Oh.
He's like
I never finished that
Incredible.
either.
he
That was
might
only
be
for
like
a
my
while.
third favorite
So
actor
good,
working
yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Say, what is the name of the guy that's going to do Tenet that was in that movie?
That
Black
was
Klansman.
Oh, John David Washington.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the
he was
lead.
great.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for Apocaflix Now. That was probably our longest episode, I'm gonna guess.
Hour 22.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
Sweet.
not bad. Hey, we can
Maybe
extend
we might
a
have
little
to move on to a
bit,
2-hour show.
a little bit longer
Hey,
during
we
this
were
time.
providing great
Yes.
ideas.
Sure.
Thank you all for joining us. Join us
Thank
next
you,
week.
Gabby, for commenting.
Well,
Gabby.
Thank you, Gabby.
Good night.
Well, I watch or review your next on You Haven't Seen What,
I think
and
I think is that 3 in a row?
You're not going to be in the next.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got it.
I think that's 3 in a row.
maybe he makes a bigger paper so it just happens
I'm
to
gonna
land
next
get in
paper.
my
I'm gonna make it
hands.
super tiny.
All right, well, thank you again. I'm Jacob. This is Keith. That's Jake. That's Gio. That is Brian. You can't see where I'm pointing, but you know what I'm talking about. Please comment, like, subscribe. Check us out on the audio podcasts. We will see you all next time.
Stay healthy. Stay safe.
Yes.